Let's have a look now into our heart. This is always a good one. What is affecting us as a collective in Earth Realm? What is hindering our hearts? Let's have a look now into our heart. This is always a good one. What is affecting us as a collective in Earth Realm? What is hindering our hearts? Let's have a look now into our heart. This is always a good one. What is affecting us? What are we experiencing at the moment as an overall energy that is holding us in this lower vibrational realm? And how can we move forward? What are we experiencing at the moment as an overall energy that is holding us in this lower vibrational realm? And how can we move forward? What are we experiencing at the moment as we move forward and elevate ourselves from these energies? Please. We move forward and elevate ourselves from these energies. Please. We move forward and elevate ourselves from these energies. Please. We move forward and elevate ourselves from these energies. Okay, let's move into that heart space. 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 Okay, let's move into that heart. Okay, so this is coming up again, the need to let go. People are really struggling with letting go. Letting go of things that do not honor our heart, whether that's an addiction, whether that's a relationship, whether that's it's some kind of choice that is not, that's keeping us in lower vibrational states of awareness because of the fear. So let's talk about the fear in our hearts and overcoming this. These new energies that are presenting to us a pathway forward that we've never experienced before takes a certain amount of courage and bravery to step beyond what we've always done and what we've always known. This is a path for the brave. It is a path that insists that we listen to our heart and trust ourselves. It is a pathway that comes with challenges as we transition through the lower vibrational realm into that higher version of self and let go of all the things that have kept us hooked into the lower vibrational realm. It's a process and it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we need to create a nurturing environment for ourselves and regularly check in and start to change the way that we have always done things in order to make room for the new. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about replacing things that we've always done with new ways of doing things that nurture and connect us in with ourselves and with our heart. So whether that is meditation, whether that is going for a walk outside and really connecting with the nature, not just going for a walk, but connecting with the things outside and appreciating our legs, for being able to walk, and appreciating our eyes for being able to see. Not everybody has that ability. So potentially what I feel is coming through, when we become more self-aware, we become more grateful for things that allow for us to move through our life. And we can start to really be appreciative of everything that we have. And even when we are walking through the realms of hell, if we can understand that we are actually walking through those realms instead of having no legs to walk. I don't know if that's a good example or not, but I'm just saying. The point is here, when we focus on being grateful and appreciative, feeling appreciative for what we do have, even in those darkest moments, we will receive more things to be appreciative for, because that's where our focus is. If we get bogged down in the things that we don't have, or get caught up in the emotion of what hasn't worked out for us, we can stagnate and procrastinate and simply refuse to move forward energetically and emotionally and physically, even though we think we are, by keeping ourselves distracted with things. We're not actually making any big choices that move us beyond what we've always known and what we've always experienced. And so if we want to experience life in these higher vibrating realms and gain a different perspective on life, we need to do things differently. And in order to do that, we need to trust ourselves and let go of the thoughts, the emotions, circumstances, whatever is standing in our way. We are being asked to listen to your heart and your instincts and make the moves when you are being asked to do so, so that you don't miss the opportunity, so you don't miss that wave that will carry you through. Sometimes we need to hold for a little bit, and only you will know when it is right for you. And so just trusting yourself to be able to do that without making the excuses and delaying the inevitable, because we're all getting pushed to move forward in this way. And the more we resist it, the more complications we create, the more distortions we create and start living from, and the more things become overcomplicated because we are just layering more density in our field. So I hope that makes sense. Take a risk on yourself, and if something doesn't feel good or something doesn't feel right, just remember that your days are being filled up with that energy. And if your days, or if your physical body is experiencing that, that is what is going to come back to you in your reality. How you feel inside of yourself and in your heart is going to be expressed in the world, even if you hold it in and aren't expressing things. That is the reality that you are creating through that field of energy that is within you. And so the only way out of those experiences and those feelings is to let it go. Let whatever is not of love or of joy or of peace, and what is disrupting your peace and your joy and that love that you know you have in your heart, let it go. It's only for the brave. You have been through the worst, because whatever has created those experiences has already been done. So to process the energy that is the residual from the experience can be simplified by focusing on our heart and just working on that energy center instead of all the problems that have been created throughout our lifetime. This simplifies things and allows us to clarify what does need our attention, because we've made so many different energetic pathways from our heart that lead to further distortions and symptoms of this and that we actually forget what the core issue is. And we end up having all these issues that really are not necessary. So if we take a minute now to come into our heart, and we just have, like we did with the crown center, take a deep breath and just let your breath out, taking a nice deep breath into the heart. And if we imagine now a green spinning disc in this heart center, taking a nice deep breath into the heart. In our body, near the heart center, flat. So not this way, this way. In. And at the front of that, we take a moment to take some breaths and notice how that green disc is spinning, what way it's spinning, how fast it's spinning, what color green is it, what does it feel like? We take a nice deep breath in, and as we breathe out, notice how there is a vortex starting to expand out the front of our chest, out the front of that spinning disc. And as we breathe in and out, it expands further. And now if we take a nice deep breath and have a look at the back of us, on the other side of that disc, as we breathe in and out, another vortex starts forming. And as we take another deep breath in and out, that expands until we have two vortexes, one at the front and one at the back, that are both joined to that spinning disc in our body. And if we have a look in the one that's at the front and feel how it feels, is there a white tinged with green, bright, luminescent light coming out of that? And if there is, start pushing that light. You have to use your imagination here and your visual techniques. Push that white light through that disc and through the other side, through that other vortex, until you can see that white light coming out of the other one. Just keep persisting. And if it feels like you can't, we need to check the vortex that's on your back to see if there is anything in it, like we did with the one on our crown. Just see if you can push that light through. Pause the video if you need to. Just noticing if there is a nice steady energy flow moving through both of those vortexes. And if you find something that feels heavy or is like a darker cloud, or if there's something, feel there's something in there, explore it. Pull it out with your mind's eye. Pull out whatever is in there. Blast it with light and ask for guidance. Ask your guides for assistance if you need to. There's a bit of a glitch with my own speech then. So the point that we want to get our heart center and these vortexes to is to a point where that whitish, greenish light is going through both of those vortexes. And then we want to, once that's done, we will know that this activation is complete when we see a green illuminated light come from the vortex on our back. And so then we have one side green and one side white, green light. So this is an energetic activation where the vortex at the front of our body operates in the spirit realm, in the quantum field, and it creates the activation process through utilizing the divine essence within you to push out any debris, any energetic imprints, any parasites, any entities, any low vibrational energies that can't withstand the blast of that white light that we push through there. And when that is clear, and it's not always clear, we do find all those things mentioned at times. And there's even other things in there that aren't of that description. If you feel a resistance, if you can't get light going through there, that means that there's something in there. You can ask your guides to assist you in exploring what is in there, or you can just keep persisting with that light until something pops out the end. Sometimes you do need to call in help. And if you can explore and use your instincts to explore how you can get the light moving in either side, utilizing your own self-knowledge and instinctual feel and imagination, then you will find a way to be able to clear that and activate this center for yourself, and then push that divine light through that center, which ultimately is moving it through all the dimensions of self into earth realm. So the portal on the other side, or the vortex on the other side, is our physical realm. And so we push the divine light through. And as we do, it moves through all the dimensions of self and moves all the debris, the distortions, and anything that is blocking our blueprint, our energy in the blueprint, out into earth realm. Remembering that we've already pushed a lot out through to be dissolved into the quantum field. But there's going to be stuff in earth realm that we need to then deal with. And then we're left with the core of the energetic expression that created the density, the blockage, the distortion of the expression, and that will come to light over the next week or two, maybe earlier, depending on how well you have a flow of energy going through you. So this is like a little, this is just one way you can actually connect in with your heart. And these are not normal ways of doing chakra clearings as we've been taught. These are multidimensional clearings that I use in my divine blueprint activations and allow for me to understand the energetic imprints and distortions and programming and conditioning, as well as anything that presents itself in these energetic networks and portals within our blueprint that potentially have been embedded for thousands of years, different lifetimes. And there's even installations and things that have been purposely implanted in certain people because of their unique coding and signature that hinder the collective. And so every time we remove something from your energetic blueprint, it actually removes things from the collective field, because we are all connected. And when you receive that divine blueprint activation and activate all of these portals within your energetic networks, you actually then elevate and hook into that new earth grid that we are co-creating through our energetic fields. So it's really exciting to be able to share these techniques and be able to offer them to you, to be able to assist yourself and empower yourself to be able to hold these high vibrational frequencies within your physical being so that you can gain access to those gifts and abilities that lay within your soul DNA, and also allow for you to understand the magnificence within your being and that divine expression that's been hidden from you